Hello YouTube. How's everyone going? So we are finally at the 13 UTC spot, and we are going to check out the match that we are going to watch now. So the earlier time periods, 3 UTC and 9 UTC, we didn't get a good match, and we're gonna check what we get now. B, hey man, how are you going? So the match that we were hoping we check out is Mimi, Excited Mimi World, and their 5 billion power. So this is obviously a very decent team, and as you can see that they got 30 committed players, so they don't even need subs. The 30 that's gonna play, they are sure all of them are gonna show up. And on the other side, Mimi, by the way, was from 1175. Based on their power, it feels like we should know a bit more about them, but we don't. That's our bad, but we're gonna find out in this video what kind of a team they're made of. And on the other side, in the red side, we got 1570, 70 HB honey badges, and they got a full team as well, 30 plus 15, and they're sitting roughly at 2.9 billion power. So there's obviously a bit of a power gap, but 2.9 is not where you probably take it lightly. 2.9 is where usually you're gonna have players showing up and doing a decent game. Now Mimi World, or Mimi I guess, being a massive team, we want to find out a little bit about them, see how organized they are, what sort of strategies they use, and so on. But then at the same time, let's see what are the other matches that are recommended that we can watch out if that match doesn't go well. So what are the other options have we got? So we got one of ours playing from 56. That's a decent match. I wouldn't mind watching that. It looks like on the other side they got 27 players only though, but they have more power. So this in a way would be quite balanced maybe. And at 13 UTC we got one of another team playing. Abu Bakr Ahmedi, WDC match, watch it. Hey man, which division is it in? We can definitely check it out. Which division? So KM, but KM's opponent is pretty bad, so not probably worth checking. This can be good. Pokemon 2.7 versus GG56 3.5. That's one of ours as well. That's probably worth watching. And then Abu Bakr mentioned that we should check this out at Division 4 WDC. WDC's opponent is a bit weak, man. It's 1.5, but we can keep it in mind, like as in when the matches start, we can kind of keep an eye on the score as well. So the opponent being a little weaker, I think, kind of puts us off a little bit. Only 1.5. So most of the recommended matches are probably starting from 15 UTC. Our own match is 15 UTC as well. But based on the Lilith recommendations, we got 1-2 matches that we can probably check out on the side. Anything else? Any other big matches recommended by Lilith for 13 UTC? 2.6, 2.4. That's pretty decent as well. 2.5, 2.3. There's quite a few balanced matches. But then I actually want to check out Mimi just because they're a big team and I want to see how they go. Now when I go to Bastet or Sobek, don't be put off by the lower power, because in those early kingdoms, that's not a bad power, I guess, in a way. So there are a couple of matches there that are getting interested as well. Now why am I setting myself up with so many backups? Because as we know, the qualifier matches, sometimes they don't go well, as in they're not evenly matched and it's not an interesting match. So that's why we're highlighting a few so that we can check it out if the match that we want to watch isn't going well. Now if I go back to Horus, and recommended is the match, no, the match that we wanted to see isn't there. I think it was Division 3, was it? Oh, you got JST playing as well, but JST playing against a 2.1 bill power, so that's probably not going to be fun. And we already checked JST. They're in pretty decent form, even with their backup team. You got NanV playing at 13 UTC as well. NanV is the second team from 1V, basically made up of 1V players. You got, this is actually going to be a decent match. This is actually going to be a pretty decent match. Judge versus 1566. Power wise, Judge is outpowered 2.6 and 5566A is 3 billion. So this is not going to be a bad match to check out as well. But then I actually want to start with, now I'm confused. Should we start with this? I wouldn't watch a Judge match if they were overpowered. Tough one. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. So that's Division 5. So the main match was Division 3. Mimi, no. Division 4 was it? Now I lost it. Oops, I lost it again. Where was Mimi? Does it come up under recommended? We've got few minutes left. I don't want to be lost. No, it doesn't come up. Division 7. Random guess. Not random. I probably remember it was Division 7. Okay, Division 7. Either way, we know where it is. So Division 7 is Mimi, and Division 5 was it? Judge? Yeah, Judge is Division 5. Is there anything Division 1? 13 UTC? Nope. We got a couple minutes to kill, guys. That's why we're just checking out what else is on, so that throughout the time we can check another 1v team at 13 UTC. But opponent's pretty weak, so not worthwhile watching. By weak, I mean power-wise weak. Also, just like Abu Bakr, if anyone else has any match that they think is going to be interesting, we're more than happy to take a peek into that as well. We're almost there. 1 minute left. We're actually a minute and a half. BLN should definitely win this. So BLN is one of the main teams that I support in Ark. Having an account in 1365 obviously, and having quite a few friends in BLN. But then their match is going to be boring because they should win easy. So not worthwhile. They were a solid team from last time. Oh, was it EVA or EVE? I think it was EVE. Yeah, actually this is probably not that team. Sorry. Disregard what I just said. This is not... Oh, this is 15 UTC. Alright, we got 1 minute left. So I might as well go back to where we are meant to be and just stay there, so that we can click start as soon as we can. This is the Mimi match. So we are under 1 minute. It doesn't show seconds, so I can't confirm. So again, we got Kingdom 1175 Alliance Mimi versus Kingdom 1570 Alliance 70 HB Honey Badgers. 5 billion versus 2.9. I'm sure a couple of the other matches that we just checked out, as in the list of matches that are taking place, there would be a few more matches that are going to be a little bit more closely fought, especially the Judge match from 1365. But then I really want to check out how Mimi plays, because that's a lot of power. And we want to know how organized they are and so on, so that we kind of get a sense of where to do our betting later on, right? Do I need to go out and go back in? Yes, we do. Mimi. All right, we're in the match. Now, on the left-hand side in blue, we got Mimi 4.998 billion powers. And let's check out their starting players. Not that I know any one of them. A lot of Korean names there and few people with the name Mimi. Now they're doing something random. You got 30 people and no backup. That means they're sure that everyone will show up. On the other side, 70 HB from 1570. They got a full quota of backups and main team players. Key combatants, none with 67 million power. Provisioning guy. Occupation, one of the main garrisons, can't say the name, with a lot of power. All right, I'm reading a little too slow. And on this side, here you go, this one guy that's topping a lot, kill score and Ark of Osiris score. So he's the main middle brawl fighter. I don't think the music is appropriate. Let me change the music. This is probably a little bit better because the other one was a little too relaxing. All right, let's check some of the players and their powers, right? So we got, big boy over here, 232, Vasco. 194, Killer X, can't read name, 100, 93, 269, 75, 82, 83, 86, so pretty big solid team with a lot of power. 188, 115. Well, there's some under 100, 217, 89, 90, 103, 89, 106. Perfume or Mimi, that's a 755 billion power. 324. So Mimi definitely a big solid team. And what about the other side? I want to go check out the other side as well. 170, 88. I'm gonna check out the rallies soon. I just want to check the powers. 100, 115. So they got pretty solid big guys as well. No like 700 million power player, but still pretty big. Everyone's decent power. So if everyone has all the players showing up, this is gonna be a solid match to watch, hopefully. Now let's check how many people voted in. 26. Mimi is missing 4, and it's not like they got backups. Remember, they didn't take backups, so their main 4 is missing. Hopefully they show up. On the other side, we got 28. So as much as it's not 30 versus 30, it's still pretty decent. All right, rally wise, how many rallies have we going on? So Mimi has all 4 rallies. They could do more, but the 4 typical rallies, their own obelisks and enemy, and then 70 HB is rallying only one of the enemy obelisks, probably the one that's closer to them. So let's see how people are doing with their T1 captures, who gets to capture the obelisk fast. We also want to check out the skills, and Mimi starting with hard push. So that's the typical choice. Increase your rally speed and get to the obelisks faster, and your building capture will be faster as well after you enter the building. Hard push from 70 HB as well. So they're not trying the strategy of saving skill points for the middle. They're using them up front. We don't see T1 marches nearby for either. Maybe they're not going with T1. So all of them are walking at the same pace, it looks like. So 2 outposts taken by Mimi and 1 by 70 HB. So 27, 28. So slowly Mimi guys are showing up, and honey badges, they got 28 so far. So 3 and 2 missing on either side still. Obelisk, so the blue team was faster. Blue team got into one of their obelisks, and there's the T1 march. There's 2 of them, and they're probably gonna go and try to, I don't know whether those marches has anything other to do than like meet someone and die so that they can get their marches back. And red has gone into one of their obelisks as well, actually 2 of their obelisks. So blue a little bit slower. They got 1 obelisk they haven't entered yet. Who is gonna get to their obelisks? Who get to teleport faster? So blue gets to teleport faster, slightly faster. on one of the obelisks and slightly later on the other. So in terms of rallies, there's 2 rallies left. Mimi is rallying the enemy obelisk. They haven't cancelled. Everyone obviously cancelled their own obelisk rallies. But then Mimi's one, let's see where the rally is going. Is that the rally? That is the rally. It doesn't look like they're cancelling, because if they were gonna cancel, they should cancel by now and go for the building. So they're actually doing the obelisk play. There are a few marches from Red here. I don't know whether Red has a proper garrison yet. We'll find out soon. Well, they're walking away. All right, finally the rally is cancelled and they're probably gonna go towards the Sky Altar. Any other rallies going on? So Mimi, are they gonna cancel this? They're probably gonna cancel it. They're very close to the Desert Altar. They can now cancel and try to fight for it. Nope, they're letting this rally roll as well. They're actually letting it run. Again, we don't know whether they got a proper garrison or not. I'm sure they have scouted and they're letting it run because they don't think there's a proper garrison there. Maybe. Let's see how it goes. The rally gets swarmed. We got an XY rally from Perfume of Mimi. That's probably the 700 player, right? So he definitely has a lot of top gear on his XY and Nevsky, and that wasn't a bad call. I mean, there's too many marches. I don't think they can take it, but they had a decent go. If Red didn't have all these marches surrounding, they could have succeeded actually, but now I don't think there's a chance. Any other rallies going on? No, battling, and I think Honey Badgers are rallying one of the obelisks as well. So Honey Badgers actually went with a Boudica and Henry on the obelisks. So both teams let one obelisk rally run. Now this rally is probably doing a little bit better. It actually has a decent chance of taking it. Did it take it? Yep, it did. But then now they can swarm back down. The good thing from a blue point of view is they actually got their marches cities teleported, so it's not the end of the world. They can just swarm and take it back, and they have managed to change. This is a good planning from Badgers. So they actually got a proper garrison there because it was an archer rally. They managed to put Amani. Now Amani, I don't know how long she can handle all the swarm. 33 seconds maybe. But what Blue has done in the meantime, and that is Mimi, has taken over quite a bit of the Red building. So Red at the moment only has one building. As you can see, Blue has taken over all the buildings but one. And the Shrine of Life, no one has taken it yet. Blue is standing there not going in. I don't know why. The building is open. Just go in, guys. What's happening? That rally obviously didn't succeed. Red has their cities teleported, and that didn't last either. So Blue kind of took over. So Blue had a little scare with the obelisk, but didn't go that bad. But what's going bad from a Red point of view is they don't have any buildings. Shrine of War, there's a big fighting going on here. Blue has a Attila garrison. Hopefully that's a Takeda behind rather than a Nevsky, because then that's not a bad garrison. So Blue is pressuring, Mimi is pressuring this building heavily, and Honey Badgers, they have a lot of marches, but not all the marches are swarming the building. There's a lot of open field fighting taking place. In terms of marches, it looks like they got equal numbers, Red and Blue. So that's impressive on Blue's part, and Blue has more marches sort of coming in as well. Now Red has taken over the Sky Altar finally. They're just they haven't occupied the building yet. The score is roughly equal, but it's gonna change pretty soon, because per minute now Blue has more buildings, 770 versus 250 from Red. Now Honey Badgers have taken over their Shrine of Life, and it looks like they will keep it. Blue doesn't have enough marches here. However, there's a big fighting going on now at the Desert Altar. So Red has managed to take it over. Now Blue came with a big push. They took the building. They took the first occupation actually. On top of that, they delayed point gathering from Red over there. Now Ark has 4.5 minutes, 4:45 actually. And now all the marches that are dying around the open field area in Desert Altar, they actually want to die now, just so that they can go to the middle now. So red has quite a bit of a presence. Blue has quite a bit of a presence as well. So none of the blue buildings has been under pressure, but then you do see most of the red buildings being under a little bit of pressure. Now, before going to the middle, obviously red wants to secure this building. They took the building, and then it's an XY in garrison from blue again. Points per minute, still heavily in favor of Mimi, and they have a points lead as well with all the first occupations, first captures, and red is doing rallies at the same time. Now let's see how many rallies are going from red. 1 2 3 4 5. So apart from the shrines and altars, they're still rallying the obelisk. They're still sending out a archer rally with Boudica and probably Henry. And blue has taken over the sky altar again. So red is finding it difficult to kind of keep a hold of their own buildings, but at the same time, that's not deterring them from sending the archer rallies to far off buildings. Almost every single building is under pressure at the moment. So there's fighting going on in every single building, which is good to see. So we thought this match may not be as interesting. Now we got 27 and 30. So Honey Badgers has their full team, and Mimi, with 3 people short, is still doing a decent job. They actually got the score lead. Now let's see about the middle positioning. We do see some of the Mimi marches coming in. We don't see red going in towards the middle yet. I think red is struggling to go into the middle because they want to capture some of their buildings first before they go in. 2.5 minutes left. Blue doesn't have a lot of marches, but they're taking a position in front of the temple, so that gives them a little advantage. There's a rally going on. There's a rally going on Blue's obelisk, and that rally is kind of under pressure. I mean, yeah, it's gonna get swarmed down. There's a decent garrison with Jadwiga there, so they're not gonna lose it. But then in terms of buildings, are all the red buildings red yet? No, not really. Red just took this over. They got a Charles garrison, so this is not Bastard or Sobek. This is Horus, so you do want to see a better garrison than Charles here. So they secured that building. So I think it's getting a little too late for red to go middle now. But then can they go middle? They're under pressure to hold on to their own buildings. There's one rally going on Shrine of Life for Honey Badgers. There's a XY garrison, so surely the rally will take this over. But then you do see quite a lot of reinforcements coming in. So one of the things that Blue is doing good is when they're taking a red building, they are putting in quite a lot of marches in the garrison. The thing they're doing bad is they're not managing to put a garrison leader in the building. So see XY again. So in both cases, you got XY. What if there was a Jadwiga there? That definitely would have helped them to hold on to the buildings a little bit longer. Now, whilst red doesn't have their sky altar, red has taken over the Shrine of Life. So they're kind of trying to even out, I guess, the building occupations, saying that the shrine generates less points than the altar, obviously. But regardless, I think this is high time for red to go into the middle. Ark only has 40 seconds left. I think red is going for a strategy where, I don't know, it doesn't look like they're committing a lot to the middle. I see some marches coming in, not a lot. That's definitely not going to be enough for the middle battle. Mimi has... Well, actually, to be honest, Mimi doesn't have a lot of marches either. Mimi has some marches. Actually, red's coming in a little late, but they have maybe similar numbers. And that red building is under pressure again. So both teams kind of struggling to get their marches in middle on time. Now, blue is gonna get the first shot at Ark, so they got a XY picking up the Ark now, and the XY got the Ark. Now red's going back. It looks like some of the red marches are going back. Now by going back, they're making sure that they're grouped up together, but at the same time Ark is going away. Now despite this being a slow march, I don't know whether red's gonna have a chance to get to the XY, because there's a bit of a blue they have to go through, and I don't think red's making it. I think at this stage red can kind of give up on the arc because they were a little too late in going for the middle, so maybe they can focus back on the buildings. Speaking of the buildings, let's check the points per minute. So points per minute still in red's favor, 510 versus 360. Total points 7,400 for Mimi versus 4,200 for Honey Badges. So there's more than 2,500 difference there. And still we got one extra building in red, in blue's favor. So the Shrine of War, that's the Shrine of War that red had held for less time than blue did. So Mimi is doing a good job pressuring this building, and Honey Badges are not doing a good job securing their Shrine of War. All right, let's see what's going on in the left lane. It looks like there's a Gilgamesh and Henry rally that's about to fail, so good garrison. So you got a Zenobia and you got sufficient support marches from Mimi holding the Shrine of War, so that's definitely good. That's not gonna fall. And you got a heavy swarm on a Jadwiga. Now Jadwiga is a little weak against swarms, and you got an XY Nevsky rally going on as well, so this building is definitely gonna fall. So good job by red in taking that building. Now red needs to take over the Shrine of War as well. Red definitely needs more buildings because the arc is on its way, and I don't see anything red around it. You know, there's no way red can get that arc, so that arc is pretty secure now. So let's check the participants list again. So maybe still playing with 2 players short, and on the other hand Honey Badgers from almost from the start, from like minute 5 I would say, they had 30 people. So Honey Badgers actually haven't used 4 of their teleports. Why? They can port 4 more cities forward. I don't know why they're not doing it. I'm sure all these guys are not gatherers, and I'm sure some of them will be, you know, joining the fight a little earlier if they port out. So on the left hand side, red has the Sky Altar. Let's see how blue responds to it. Is there a rally coming, or is it gonna be swarmed down? There's a bit of a fighting taking place. We see marches coming out of the garrison. That's not a good sight at all, ever. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you keeping the building? And now we got quite a few blue marches coming in, so all those marches probably can take the building back. Now smart move by the KvK moving back into the building. I hope these guys Blade has other marches in, that's why he's fighting outside. But then now we got a rally XY from Mimi, and that's probably gonna take over that building. Now we do want to see a garrison. Now, I know you rallied with XY. Let's see whether you had the Jadwiga with the rally, or at least walking in. We want to see the garrison. Nope, it's XY. So the thing that we have with both of teams happening is after they take over a building, as much as blue is keeping them reinforced, blue is not necessarily inserting a garrison captain. And I mean, I'm not going to say Attila Takeda is a garrison captain, but still better than XY and Nevsky. Now we saw a lot of marches from red going up and trying to pressure that building probably. Yep. So we got a lot of marches walking from Honey Badges, and it's supported by a rally as well. Now it's Gilgamesh and Henry. Boudica and Henry is obviously a better choice, but then with all these marches, I think they can take the building. So they're interrupting the point generation from Mimi a little bit on the left hand side. Because see, the Sky Altar, even though they took it over, it's going to take a few more seconds before it turns over and helps them get points. But on the right hand side, at the moment, it looks like all four buildings are actually blue. Now one of them just turned red, and the Sky Altar, now they have put a proper garrison. Previously they had an XY here, they managed to get a Jadwiga up there. Now we just saw we just saw red using war drums. So they're putting an emphasis on taking this building over. Now, I think, is blue playing hold the Ark? Yes, blue is playing hold the Ark. So that's probably not a bad call. Now that the second Ark is going to be delayed, that red is using up one of their skills, and they're going for the building occupation game. Because it's a Zenobia, it's a little hard to swarm down, even with the rally, and also it makes it harder because blue has proper support for that building. Blue has a lot of marches here. So I'm not too sure whether this building is gonna fall. Now red did use up some skill points to cast the war drums here, so expectation is they get it. Maybe they can get it. It's pretty low at the moment, red, but then we do see all sorts of support marches coming in. Now I think blue used a skill as well, right? I think blue used mystical formations. I must have missed it somehow. The point difference is pretty high, 10,000 versus 5,000, almost 5,000 points difference, and points per minute still in favor of Mimi. We got a new subscriber, Paktin. Hey man, how are you going? Thank you for your support. So Mimi got 850 points per minute versus Honey Badgers 330. Not looking good for the Honey Badgers now. And Mimi, all the marches that was supporting, holding on to the Shrine of War, is now going all the way up to the Desert Altar, and they have already taken the Desert Altar. So it looks like on both sides, blue has a definite upper hand. I mean, they had a massive power difference, and they definitely have a big upper hand despite having 2 players less. And I don't think red got this. I think there are blue support marches coming in, so they can fill the garrison, and it's a Jadwiga garrison, so the red sky altar on the right hand side still remains blue. So the points game is definitely not going in red's favor. So how do we feel about Mimi so far? Heavy swarm again on the sky altar from the guys in red, and they're gonna take it over, but then they may not be able to hold it for long depending on whether they have a garrison present here. On the right hand side, all 4 buildings are blue. Chilsey, hey man, good morning, how are you going? XY. So the only thing that I can criticize, if I have to, in terms of actually there's 2 things. So there's 2 things we can try to criticize Mimi on, despite being one of the most powerful teams. The first thing is when they're taking over enemy buildings, they're a little late or little light on having Jadwigas in the forward garrisons. And then the other thing would be, if you're not using backups, you need to make sure all of your players are showing up, right? You still got two people missing. I know that this is a match they're probably gonna win anyways, that's why they can afford it, but then, like, it's a thing. Like, why wouldn't you have backups just in case? So as far as this match goes, I don't think this is gonna be heavily competitive any longer. More so than a competitive match, we actually wanted to see how Mimi plays, get a feel of how strong Mimi is, and it's not that bad. Actually, Mimi reminds us a lot of 1556, where it doesn't look like as slick as 1V or JST, but then at the same time, very strong and powerful. So unless you have a very solid strategy, they can overpower teams. That's how it kind of feels like. I think my in-game volume is a little too high. I don't know whether I should lower that. Actually, whilst I'm in Ark, I don't think I can do that. I have to exit Ark and do that. Now, speaking of exiting Ark, do you guys want to keep watching this, or do you guys want to check out the judge match a little bit as well? I'm quite interested to see the judge match a little bit. So we had a feel of how Mimi plays, and they play pretty solid. Not necessarily the best game that you could have watched, but they're pretty strong. I mean, with 5 billion power, you're expected to be strong, right? Now, in terms of the building game, it's still in favor of blue, I would say. They have taken over some of the outputs as well, and they just delivered the Ark, didn't they? Yeah, they did. So the next arc is gonna spawn in 7 minutes. So maybe we come back to this in a little bit. Johnny, good morning, boys. Johnny, hey man, how are you going? So I'm gonna take the risk of quitting this, and I'm gonna try to check out the judge match. Let's see. Is the judge match here under recommended? Please be under recommended, because otherwise it takes a long time to find. No, it's not under recommended. Was it 4? No, it wasn't 4. 4 was the match, I think. Abu Bakr was telling us to check, but then now that's that's won by WTC already. Judge, here we go. Okay, judge has a massive point difference. Do I want to watch it? With that much of a point difference, at least it's 30 versus 30. Maybe it's worthwhile watching out. So check that out. 2.6 versus 3 billion. And judge is still winning. Now, me having an account in 1365, obviously going to be some partial biased commentary, because I obviously want judge to win. But then that shouldn't be too much of a bother, because we want to see what's happening in the match. So firstly, we got all the players from both sides in, and judge is 740 points per minute, and Milk Dragon is 180. Judge has enough marches there to hold on to their Sky Altar. Now, where is their rally going? Shrine of Life. Now, around the Shrine of Life, I do not see any red marches. So that rally has a good chance of taking it over. It's a Henry. Let's check how that goes. So compared to the power situation, definitely Judge is doing a good job. But obviously nothing less is expected, right? I mean, it's not JST, but it's still a 1365 team. They have to be good in Ark, just like all the 1v teams, right? Alright, so that's a Zenobia, and it's a Henry and Boudica. Did we see? Has to be a Boudica, right? In that case, the Zenobia doesn't have a chance, because Zenobia doesn't have any support coming in. Well, these marches are coming in, but they're not gonna get there in time, and there's gonna be a swarm on the building as well. So nope, Red's not gonna hold that building. What's happening to this building though? There's a Jadwiga in garrison, and judge is going back. So these marches going back can mean only one thing, right? It can only mean they're getting ready to go to middle. Now let's check out the middle situation. 6.5 minutes left. All right, that's when 1365 teams kind of start making their move. With 6.5 minutes left, you start refreshing your marches so that you can get to middle in time, maybe with 4 minutes left, and start fighting with 2 or 3 minutes left. Another beautiful sight from JG, as in judge. The enemy forward Shrine of War, they managed to take it over, probably with the archer rally, and they had a Amanitore in the rally, and the Amanitore is the garrison now. So this building, Red's gonna struggle to take it over anytime soon. And Red, rather than swarming the buildings, is taking part in this open field. Not that they have a choice, because they kind of have to clear the marches first. Now Red is sending a lot of marches out. I don't know where they're going. So some of them are coming here to take over the Shrine of War. Some of the marches, it looks like they're walking towards the Judge Desert Altar. Like, why are you going by yourselves, guys? You're gonna go there and you're gonna die. It's not like I can see a rally coming and they're not going in a big group. Said they're gonna die one by one. And Red is not thinking about going to the middle yet, because they have to take their buildings and they're struggling. Now Judge has an XY there, missing a Jadwiga. Nope, all buildings are blue now. All buildings are blue now, so this match is not going to be that competitive either, but at least we got 30 people showing up on each side, right? So 5 minutes left for Ark. We do see judge people coming in. We do see judge people coming in from both sides. Yep, from both sides. Insatiable Desire. So I don't know whether that's a smart move now. With half an hour left, with gathering, it's not like you're going to make up anything. Your points may have been better spent on hard push or middle fight, war drum to the death, something like that. despite having a little bit more power, Milk Dragon Cult is gonna get destroyed by Judge, so we can probably exit this match as well. Now, if we keep exiting every match, then what we are gonna watch? Well, guys, if you're watching this, you should have had the expectation that early group stages, this is what you get. So we're gonna go through each division of Horus and quickly check if there's anything more interesting. Definitely nothing in Division 1. Division 2, if the score is close, then we say ooh and we go and check. Division 3, what have we got? 25,000, 8,000, ooh, 14, 15. We did say ooh, and this is a pretty close match, guys. It looks like this is worthwhile watching. What do you say? 1030 Cult Lion Rock Spirit versus Never Back Down, NBD. 29 people, 26 people, power pretty similar, point pretty similar. This looks like something we want to watch. That's in Division 3. Division 3, I'm gonna remember that. And no. So we gotta do like 30 clicks in 30 seconds, maybe like in a minute. This is pretty close. Division 2 and 5. Division 2 and 5. Memorizing, guys. Division 2 and 5. Nothing close here. Still 2 and 5. Nadisha, hey, after a long time. Hey, man. Yeah, I have been trying to stream all the Ark matches. Not all the Ark matches. I mean, the 3 UTC, 9 UTC, and the 13 UTC. My own match is at 15, so I can't stream that. And after that, I go to sleep, so kind of can't stream that either. Now, this is a decent match as well, guys. Samsung versus whatever. I mean, sorry, CE. I said whatever. Sorry, apologies. Actually, maybe this is 30 versus 30, so maybe this is better to watch. Let's see how this is going. I don't know anything about either of the teams. I don't know whether they have a chance of progressing either one of them, but close power, close match. Let's see how it's going. So, who do we have? We have Samsung in blue, and we have iPhone, I mean CE in red. The points per minute, pretty close. Well, actually, now it's not that close. 590 versus 380. But at least you got 30 versus 30, and the power wasn't too far off. Red has all their buildings, yes. Blue has all their buildings, yes. But then blue is sitting on the Ark. Okay, that kind of makes the match a little less competitive because blue Samsung is going to deliver the Ark pretty soon. Well, they're not going to deliver it. They're going to sit on it, but at least they got the 3,000 points from Ark just there. Now, Red's doing a good job. Red's not only holding onto their buildings. Red's actually trying to attack some of the blue ones. So, blue Desert Altar under pressure. Jadwiga in garrison. What's the rally? I think it's a Pakal Herald rally. And there's a lot of marches going in from Red. But then blue has sufficient here to hold on to this. Blue definitely shouldn't lose this. Blue T, hello. Hey, Blue T, how are you going? Yeah, no, I don't see blue losing this. Blue has a lot of marches, and blue has more marches coming in. Okay, and then what about this building over here? Shrine of Blue, Shrine of Life. Is Red gonna put this under pressure? I don't think Red got it because I don't see a rally. I see 3 marches swarming, 4th march coming into swarm from GC, no, CE, sorry, CE. I don't think they got it. No rally. Oh, they got more marches coming in, but then there's decent amount of support here from blue, so probably not. Okay, now Red definitely needs to get buildings. What about the Sky Altar? Can they get this? Nope. The XY rally is under pressure, so blue is playing pretty good. So Samsung is a decent team. Samsung has sufficient amount of support for all their buildings, and at the same time they are pressuring the red buildings decently. Blue Tea, hello, long time no see you. I'm doing. How you doing? How about you, man? Hey, man. So yeah, I wasn't I was kind of under pressure with real life a little bit for like a month, like new job and all. Saying that, I actually I'm still kind of moving on from few departments, so I joined a role where I have to like spend few weeks in each of the departments, which is really annoying. So still under pressure, but then Ark of Osiris Sunday, so Sunday I'm free anyway, so I thought why not. And then 1556 KvK started, so I'm kind of trying to start playing a little bit more for the KvK as well. So then thought why not start streaming. All right, so red in terms of points per minute, they're trying to catch up. They're not there yet, and blue is holding an Ark as well. So the KvK walking around with that Ark, they can deposit at any time. So the point difference is not exactly what you see. So it looks like it's about 4,000 now, but it's more like 6,000, so 6.5. So red definitely needs to get a hold of a lot of buildings. Now it feels like red is using too many marches there. You got too many marches there. Blue is almost dead. You got to start moving up. You got to start attacking the blue buildings, because buildings game is all you got left. Good thing that you took the Shrine of Life, but what have you got inside? You need a proper garrison inside to make sure that you can hold on to the building for a little longer. Not just take it, but put a garrison in so that you don't lose it pretty soon. So all these marches coming in to swarm the blue marches. If it's an XY, yes, they can swarm and get it. But if it was a Jadwiga, maybe a little harder to get it. So buildings still somewhat even. Actually, maybe a little bit in blue's favor still, because they took the altar and gave up the shrine. Altars gives more points. Is red about to take it back? Red can take it back. Red has a lot of marches. Blue tea, that's life. We just have to be grateful with all we got. Yeah, man. Definitely. I mean, despite being annoying, like if I didn't have a job, then I got no money to buy the bundles, right? If I don't have a job, how do I pay Lilith? Because you know how every KvK we gotta pay Lilith a lot. Speaking of paying Lilith, have bought every single crystal bundle that I could. Still not 6 marches yet. So as soon as I get to my 6th march, I'm gonna make a video about it, and that'll come out pretty soon, I guess, in the next couple days. Desert altar, forward desert altar. Blue has done a good job. Samsung has a Amanitore garrison there, and they have a lot of marches there. They actually got more marches than red does. So not only they're gonna capture the building, it looks like they may hold on to the building a little longer. No, red took it. Blue had all these marches. They probably didn't garrison in time. I don't know what are they doing over there. There's lots of blue dots. They could have kept the garrison. I mean, they could have garrisoned that rather than fighting in the field. But anyways, now how does it look? Okay, red has all their buildings, and they need to keep it, and they need to take 1 or 2 of the blue buildings because they don't have the Ark. Now, blue is gonna hold on to that Ark for 5 more minutes, so there's probably gonna be just 1 more Ark. I want maybe two. Let's go to the desert altar and see how blue has a lot of marches. So the one thing that I'm seeing from blue is for their own buildings, they're defending very well. They have enough marches always around the building to garrison, and we kind of don't see that from red, because red lost this building few more times than they should have, and there's a lot of blue marches around. Probably not as many red marches, but still red is closer. They're just not getting enough marches close to it. Red's doing a decent job here. They're engaging with blue, not close to the building, a little farther away from the building, so building's not under pressure. And then hopefully these marches they can push up after they have cleared the field of all the blue here. It looks like they have. Now go. They are going there. Maybe there's a rally coming as well. As long as you got a rally, maybe you can take over that building. Now these buildings not under pressure at all from red. That's a bad thing. And how's that Zenobia doing in the red sky altar? That Zenobia is under heavy pressure. And blue took it. Now red can swarm back immediately. There's a lot of red marches here, Big Boss and Boom the Piglet. These guys can kind of start swarming. Fallen, hi, hey man, how are you going? Good to have you here. Points per minute, 590, 290. So it's always staying in Samsung's favor. On top of that, Samsung got the Ark as well. I think this is a good competitive match. The score difference isn't that high, but then it does feel like blue is gonna win this. Unsupported rally from red, Gilgamesh and Henry. Boudica is a better choice again. And this is beautiful. See how blue has enough marches. Whichever building that's being rallied or swarmed, blue usually has enough marches to support all their buildings. Now let's see what's happening here. Sky Altar is under swarm. Yep, again, see how blue has a lot of marches. So they definitely have sufficient players that are dedicated towards keeping your buildings, which is great. I mean, the other advantage they got is they're holding the Ark. By holding the Ark, they're making sure that there's no commitment to go to middle, in which case they can kind of have enough marches around to hold their buildings. The same kind of goes for red as well, right? Like red kind of knows they don't have to go into the middle for a while, so they have enough free marches. They're just not utilizing them as well. And this Henry and Gilgamesh, okay, is doing a good job taking down that Zenobia. That Zenobia is coming down. It's heavy swarm. Not enough red marches again, and then Zenobia died, and you got a Charles, so it's coming down pretty good. Fallen. How's 1556 doing in OL? Hey man, all the teams from 1556 doing pretty good in OL. I mean, I actually didn't get a chance to see any of the other matches other than the one that I'm playing in, VC56. But then looking at the score, I think they're doing pretty good. We can check out their scores in a little bit. All right, we got Attila and Nevsky rally. Most of the guys have been doing, rather than Attila Nevsky, they have been doing XY and Nevsky. But then theoretically, Attila Nevsky should be a better choice, right? Because you can't swarm it. But then you can swarm the Zenobia, and the Zenobia is under heavy swarm for Samsung again, and that Shrine of Life is gonna fall any time now. Red does have few marches coming in. Gonna be in time? Definitely not. So this is definitely coming down, and you got blue marches coming in as well. Now see, the blue buildings are not really under pressure. I mean, this is a blue building that's under pressure, but then this is this is on red side. So yeah, so there's a 10,000 point difference. They delivered the Ark as well. This next Ark comes in 7 minutes, but then the next Ark, even the next Ark, is not gonna save red. So I think this is safe to say this match was interesting but kinda over. All right. So let's go and check if there's any other matches that we can check. No, not Lost Canyon. We want to go into this. All right. So I think there were 2 matches in Division 2 and 5 that we thought we could watch. Was there? No, not 2. Was it 3? Ooh, yeah, this is... So Division 3, this is neck and neck. 29-27. Power pretty close. The point is 23-23. So maybe watch this. So we got Cult Rhinelock Spirit, 27 players, Never Back Down, 29 players, and points per minute. Ooh, blue has an advantage, 740 minutes. And I think blue has won something before, the last Osiris League or something, because they got that thing on their flag. That comes from winning Osiris League, right? I think so. Now, red doesn't have enough points per minute. but then it doesn't look that bad. I think when we looked, the buildings probably just turned over. But then what's going bad is blue has taken over a very nice spot, forward position for the Ark, because red was late in getting in there. Now, does blue have enough marches? Blue does have quite a lot of marches coming in. Now, there's an engagement by some of the blue players. So this is pretty bad on blue's part. So they're not engaging with everyone. They just engaged with some of them. And those marches died on the red side. Blue just used mystical formation, so they're going to be slightly tankier, and you got red not using any points yet. 50 seconds left. Does red have enough marches? Probably not. Stop chasing those marches. Go join the middle. I think red's probably going to use a skill when these marches goes in, but then Ark has 40 seconds left. Red is probably leaving it a little bit too late. Go, go, go. Don't chase that one. Go, go in the middle. Oops. Who got more marches, guys, here? Who got more marches? It feels like there's a little bit more blue now, but then there's more red marches going into the battle. What are you guys doing? Like, why are you standing on the side? There's more red coming from both sides, but then Ark is gonna spawn in 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who used Bog Down? Did red use Bog Down? I didn't see who used it. No, red used Heaven's Grace. I think blue used Bog Down. It would make sense for blue to use Bog Down here. It wouldn't make sense for red to use it. So blue did a smart move there, bogging red down on this side so that they can walk away with the Ark. And Heaven's Grace is gonna help them stay alive for a little bit longer. CLS KvK, can't read his name, is running away with the Ark. He had a directional change. He was gonna go to the left, but then now he's going to the right because the red building is under pressure. Is it? It looks like it is under pressure. It is under pressure. All right, there's a lot of red marches here, so not going this way was probably a good decision because red is putting this blue Shrine of War under pressure on the left hand side. Now, on the right-hand side, does red have any presence or any pressure? Nope, it looks actually quite safe. But red does have some marches coming in to intercept the Ark carrier. Now, the Ark carrier is obviously going to be pretty slow. Actually, that KvK for an Ark carrier, this guy who is almost dead, he's pretty fast. For an Ark carrier, there is. Okay, they dropped Ark. The Ark carrier is dead. What about the marches from the middle? Red is trying to go in. Red is trying to go in, but then there's a big ball of blue here, so I don't know whether red can get in time to actually intercept. I fear not. The match is still quite interesting. It's going into blue's favor a little bit, but if you look at the buildings on the outside, I mean in the mini map, I think, well, point per minute looks even, but I think it's gonna go into red's favor pretty soon, right? So if red actually got this Ark, then the match will be even more interesting, but I don't think red can, right? They're pretty close. They're not going to the desert. They're not going to the desert altar. Blue has decided to go to their starting position with the Ark. Maybe they want to hold on to the Ark. Maybe, well, with 10 minutes left, doesn't make a difference. Probably doesn't make a difference. So they're going to their starting zone because there's a lot of red marches here. So they find that route to be a little bit safer. Ark is moving again. Ark has been consistently moving, so blue is doing a good job. Even if the Ark carrier dies, someone else is picking up and walking away with it. A KvK picking it up again. Hard push. So red kind of feels that they're not gonna get the Ark, and red is doing a last ditch attempt with hard push, so converting buildings they are holding and making their rally speed a little bit faster. Now the points game is gonna be even again, or maybe, or not even even. It's in CLS's favor. And they're gonna get the Ark as well. They're gonna get the Ark as well. Yeah, it's too late now. So already 3,500 point difference plus the Ark. So I don't see a comeback from red anymore. That Saladin made a good effort in getting in touch with the Ark carrier, but nah, they can't. All right, not bad. Well done, Blue. Well done, CLS. With couple guys less, they did a decent job. After they get the Ark, there's no chance for red to come back. NBD played pretty good as well, but bad luck. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to pick a last match that we can watch, which was in Division 5, I think. Was it? No, Division 5 was Judge. No, this match, I think we were talking about this match being a bit close. Well, it doesn't look as close anymore. So again, the side with less power actually winning expendables. And on the left hand side, we got a team from 1127, 29 players versus 30 players. Yeah, maybe we can take a look. So red's ahead in points, and red is getting the Ark as well. All right, we came to this match at a defining moment, because after you delivered the Ark, this is probably over as well. Even though blue has one extra building, I don't think that makes the cut. So there actually has been quite a few good competitive matches. So you know what, even in group stages we can probably find good matches if we are lucky. But then yeah, this is over. Red with expendables with a points lead already, plus the Ark they're about to deliver. Now let's check out Lilith's recommendations again. Recommended. And let's check out the 56 teams, how they're going. Hellfire definitely winning. KM definitely winning. That Pokemon match wasn't that interesting actually. We thought it's going to be interesting, but it wasn't. The rest of the 56 teams are playing later. Okay. Now, just going through the divisions to see if there's anything last minute close point, something that we can watch for the last, say, 5 minutes. This is pretty close. This is the one that we just checked out. Nothing else is close. Division 4. No. Division 5. So guys, just because this is the group stages, I'm kind of going in between matches and whatever. After the group stage is over, then we're obviously not gonna go in between matches that much. We're probably gonna try to focus more on one match and be invested. Obviously, the reason why we're doing it is so that we have a bit more an idea on some of the teams, some of the names that we haven't heard, or some of the bigger teams, just to get a feel of how organized they are, just like what we did with Mimi today. That wasn't meant to be an interesting match. That was more of a, let's check this big team out. And now what we're doing is just going through the scores to see if there's anything pretty decent. Well, actually, this is pretty close. You guys want to watch it? This is very close. Destination X and V320. We got 29 people, 25 people, 32, and 29. So 5 minutes left in this match. All the buildings look blue. Wow. It's not like there's a Ark that's, well, there will be an Ark spawning with 50 seconds left. I don't think anyone's gonna get that. Red, even though red has a little march in the middle. Outposts. Red doesn't have the outposts. They're losing like 90 points here. and two of the buildings that were meant to be blue are meant to be red are actually blue as well. So this match was meant to be close, but it is not as close as the point suggests at the moment. Zenobia and Theodora, Attila and Nevsky probably not gonna do a good job there. Zenobia again, and that Pakal Herald is almost dead. Nope. Is there a chance that you can garrison, not garrison, you can provision 3,000 points? Yes, you can. They do have few gatherers here and there that are probably gonna go in. Depends on whether they used Insatiable Desire or whatnot. We didn't obviously watch the full match, so we can't tell exactly what they did. But then all the buildings just turned blue. All the buildings just turned blue. So nope, I don't think red's gonna get there. This is the last 3 seconds is not gonna be that interesting, but I'm sure the match was. All right, so we were up to Division 9, okay. Division 9, 10. Nope. Division 11. BLN, oh my god, 80,000. None of the matches are close here either. 12. Nope, no close matches. Nothing good in 13. 14, nothing was kind of close. 15. So what's the point of finding a match close now with like a minute to go? Well, we kind of get to know about the names and maybe we remember to watch them next time. That's all we can do. Are you watching any Sobek matches? Hey man, so we did watch some Sobek matches at 13 UTC. I think at 13 UTC we checked out a bit in Sobek and 3 UTC at Sobek as well. Given that 13 UTC is the latest match that I can watch, I have been trying to go for the Horus matches. Sometimes they're a bit more competitive, but then after the group stages, because every match is going to be hopefully competitive, we don't mind watching Sobek matches either. So if you know of any matches, you can let us know in chat or you can let us know in our Discord. As long as you think the match is going to be competitive, interesting to watch, more than happy to do so. Because at the moment, I don't even know what the matches are going to be next week. So next Friday, I'm going to check out the schedule so that we can kind of plan what to stream on the Sunday. So if you know of any matches, either at 3 UTC or 13 UTC or 9 UTC, these are the 3 time periods that I can kind of cover. And 15 UTC, I got my own match, and then that finishes at 2 AM for me, so definitely can't stream anything after. What about Grand Prix? Will it be open for all to watch? Very good question, man. I actually think it will be. I think it'll come as an event here, just like how Osiris League we can kind of watch. But maybe they can do a thing where you can only watch it if you're logged in from PCs, because apparently you can only play it if you're PC or Android. So they may put in something like that where not everyone can watch, only if you're Android or you're on a PC or something. So is my thing not updating? How come it says 0 and 0? Because the match just ended? Yeah, probably. I think we're done for all the matches at what's it called? 13 UTC. And I'm kind of happy with some of the matches that we picked into. They were Some of them were a little competitive, some of them were the Mimi game. Obviously, we get to know Mimi a little bit better. But either way, the expectation for group stages matches is not that high. Fallen, are you playing? Yes, man, we are playing. I'm gonna show you our match info in a bit. I can't stream it. It starts in an hour, so I think in half an hour's time I'm meant to be on Discord. So I'm playing in VC56. We won our first match, and it looks like we're playing against another team which power wise is a bit lower, so this should be an easy match. So yeah, so this is probably not going to be as interesting as what it would be after the group stages. But yeah, we're still playing 15 UTC. I mean Grand Prix. Yes, I am. So when it comes to the Grand Prix, I have been registered to the, I think 1556 registered one big team with all the whales in there, I think. And I think I made the cut for the team because some of the bigger players doesn't have Android or PC. They play on their iPads, and apparently that wasn't okay. So I think I'm playing in Grand Prix as long as the 1556 team makes the cut in power. I think we did as well. Yeah, so should be. But anyways, guys, so for now, thank you for being on chat. Thank you for, I guess, watching the match with us. Now let me make sure my marches are all coming back in an hour. Yeah, all of them are gonna come back in like half an hour anyways, so I don't need to bring any one of them back, so I can start getting ready for our Ark match and be voiced in like 15 minutes or so. So guys, next week Sunday we are obviously gonna see you guys again on 3 of the streams, 3 UTC, 9 UTC and 13 UTC. And middle of the week I think we get to see you on Thursday 1st September. And Thursday 1st September, 0 UTC is when we're probably going to start streaming. 30 minutes before the pass opens, and this is where we're going to be fighting 1v and one other allied kingdom. I forgot the name of the kingdom. CPLW, I think that's the main alliance. Let's check the kingdom number again. So 1v and 2386. So it looks like both Korean kingdoms, and we're gonna face them ourselves. 1556 only. So in our camp we don't have any other, what's it called, any other kingdoms, so we're gonna fight for Tahiti. Now, because there's OL and 1v takes OL very seriously, and I think we are trying to take OL seriously as well, so I have a feeling that this may be the last fighting in this KvK as in Tahiti. So after Tahiti, if 1v wins, then 1v wins. If we win, then we win. I don't know whether 1v is going to be fighting anymore for the later zones, or for that matter, whether we will, because I think the KvK is decided here pretty much. So we are definitely going to be streaming on Pass Open Thursday, 1st September. 0 UTC will start a little bit before when the pass opens. So I called in sick for that day already. So in advance, called in sick in advance so that I can play and stream. We got a new subscriber. Shorts has just subscribed. Shorts, thank you. Thank you for your subscription, man. Anyways, guys, I'll let you be then. So see you on Thursday next. And then for Osiris League, I'll see you guys again on Sunday. Everyone have a good night. Bye for now.